Hi guys, thank you for coming onto this channel. It's a great pleasure and an honour to be able to start one up as a new biker. I have been living the biker life without a bike for so many years now, and at last I've been able to pass my CBT and I was able to buy myself this 125 Honda CBF. It's 2013. It's matte black, as you can see, and I have ridden about 20 miles on it so far. So what can I tell you? I'm still learning, and my speed is now up to about just before 40 miles an hour. I don't want to go too fast because I'm still learning the ropes on this thing. Normally my job is working in the ambulance and I usually drive quite fast on blue lights with the great big ambulances there, so this is quite different on a bike because you do feel more vulnerable on a bike. However, when I ride top to toe completely covered as much as I can with my leathers. So I do helmet, jacket, trousers, boots and gloves every time I ride, no matter if it's cold or hot and sunny. I put layers on when it's colder and I take layers off, but I make sure I'm safe at all times in the sun. What I don't advise anyone, being part of the ambulance service, definitely I understand this, because I've seen so many people fall off these bikes or any bike and do some terrible rashes on their skin, to losing feet and hands and worse. So guys out there, no matter what you ride, if you're going to be doing any road riding or anything like that, please make sure that you put on decent leathers, armoured, for riding. You just imagine you're on a bicycle, you fall off at 20 miles an hour. It's pretty painful if you fall off and hurt your knee, hurt your arm, hurt your head. You imagine doing that 30 miles an hour at speed or higher, or crashing into a car, or goodness knows, horrible thoughts. But anyway, that's my rant for today for that. Let's get back to the bike. Okay, so as I said, this is a CBF 125 2013 Honda, and it is what I thought and I believe still to be the best learner bike you can get after passing your CBT. It's so forgiving. Now, for somebody like me who's ridden a few years, 15-20 years ago, and then forgotten how to ride and having to ride again with a geared motorcycle, it's so forgiving. It really is. This is a 5-speed gearbox. Just to remind those who don't know about bikes, what we do, we put the clutch, there's your clutch, and then down here you change your gear. So you would do all the way down to the bottom is actually first gear, then up one is your neutral, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason why I hear that you have a neutral in between 1 and 3, 1 and 2, is a safety reason. I'm happy with that anyway. So here is the dash, as it were. You've got the controls in here. Here you've got your speedometer, how many miles you've done total, how many miles you've done on the bike. I've actually reset the trip several times, so I just want to make sure I knew how to do it. And reset the trip is basically just turning this little knob here, and it just changes this back. If you've got a broken speedo or odometer, it can increase the speed up here, increase the mileage up here, so make sure this is working when you buy one. Indicator, it will flash green for either left or right. Your beam, neutral is really important, so it'll go green if you're neutral. You've got your fuel gauge, and you've got your revometer down there, and down here is your engine management light, so if anything goes wrong with the engine, that flashes on. Okay, this is your brake fluid. Generally we don't touch that, but here you can just see if it's upright, you'll see that if it's level, how much oil is in there for your brakes, so always check that as well. You shouldn't need to use that, to be honest, but it's good to check. And obviously here's where you put your petrol. I had a real problem first trying to get this key in at some point, and try and turn it on. Basically all it is you put your key in there, and there's two little edges here, and you just literally just pop it on, and then righty-tighty or lefty-loosey, and that's it, and then just close it up. Okay. Here you've got your lights, so your main beam and normal. You've got your indicator switch, so left and then right, and then to cancel you press that, and here you've got your horn. Okay. Right, so on this side you have your starter. This is electronical start, and you've got your, excuse me, you've got your front brake, and of course you've got your speed, your I can't think of the word now, to crikey, my head's all over. I just finished shift, so sorry, but yeah, basically to go faster, your accelerator. Okay, so it's actually quite a clean bike. The person who I bought it from has placed these little strips here, basically because sometimes these things break. They're little plastic buttonhole clips, and then tourists are breaking off of you, having to take off the panels and do stuff in the engine. So for ease, and I didn't mind, to be honest, because it's a bike that I'm going to learn how to ride on. I'm keeping these on here until I'm at such a time where I'm going to change the whole lot of the fairings to put new fairings on. Okay, so there's the rest of the bike. So you've got your, as I said, you've got your changing your gear. With the CBF 125 you have the option of having a centre stand, which is really good, or you can have a side stand. The good thing about having a centre stand is that, of course, it frees up the wheels if you want to put on, like, well, I've got reflective tapes on here, or if you want to do anything with the chain. With the side stand, if you've got an uneven ground or a very heavy wind, potentially it can fall over. It's not as stable as a centre stand, which is why I've got this bike again, because of the centre stand. So here you've got your pegs for your pillion. Not that I'm going to be putting a pillion on the back of the bike, because it is currently under L plates, which means I've passed my CBT, but I have not passed my full licence, which is an A1 or A2 licence. And then, of course, your indicators and your back light. I have got an extra here, which is going to be putting a box on the back, so I can take things to work. And there we go. This is an aftermarket exhaust, I believe. It sounds really, really nice. I should do another video of the actual sound if you wish, or not, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah, and just for starters, I have got myself a security chain on here, which is pretty hardcore. This one is made from Mammoth. It's Thatchens approved, so when you buy it and you tell the insurance people that you've got a Thatchens approved Mammoth chain, it does actually lower your insurance quite a bit. For me, I'm in my 40s, and my insurance for this little baby is about £110 a year. So that tells you how cheap it is for me at this age, just with the lock like that. If you have a lock for your disc, the front disc, which you can put on here, then it lowers the insurance even more so, which is brilliant, really. So there you go. That is my CBF 125 2013 Honda. I hope you like this. It's a really good bike to start off with. Yeah, go from there. One thing I would like to very quickly go on to also is, this is my husband's bike. This is also a 125, believe it or not, and it is a it looks like a Harley. It is amazing, but this is actually from Keeyway. This is the Keeyway K Lite in matte black, and you'll notice this one also has quite a decent looking exhaust. And if you notice the difference on here, we have a kickstart just here, and our back brake is quite different to mine. It's quite farther upwards, and the gear shift here is further up as well compared to mine. But that's quite an awesome piece of kit. The seat actually is more comfortable than the CBF, so I imagine on long journeys the Keeyway is going to be a lot nicer to ride. Short journeys, the Honda is actually not bad at all, if you are just using it as a commuter, as exactly what I'm using it for at the moment. But I can imagine if you hit sort of 50 miles an hour, 50 miles, 60 miles, it's an upright and beg sort of bike, and I can imagine you can get a little bit sore after a long time, whereas the Keeyway, it looks like you can have a nice cruise, but then it is a cruiser after all. Yeah, if you ever notice her as well, because the chappie before me had a little, he dropped it beforehand, there is a little dent in here, but I shall get that replaced again when I replace all my fairings. So yeah, that concludes my video for the Honda 125 CBF 2013 model. I really hope you like it. Please check out the rest of my videos. I am a learner rider, and I intend to continue riding right up to the point where I can take my test and have a full license. And my next bike I hope to get will be my Harley Davidson. So stay well, keep well, stay safe, drive careful and ride careful. See you later. Bye bye for now.